Hello guys, welcome back to my Java online class. In today's class, I'm going to explain the introduction of object-oriented programming system, that is OOPS, and what are objects, classes, attributes. Come on, let me start. Introduction of OOPS. The name object was chosen because everyone knows what an object is. The real question then is not so much what is an object, but what do objects have to do with system development or application development. Let us develop the notion of an object through an example. A car is an object. It is a real world entity. It is identifiable, separate from its surrounding. A car has a well defined set of attributes in relation to other objects, such as you can identify its color, manufacturer, cost, and who's the owner of car, and a well defined set of things you normally do with it. What you can do with the car: you can drive it, lock it, tow it, and you can carry passengers in it. These things you can do with the car. So in an object model, we call the former properties or attributes and the latter procedures or methods. Former properties or attributes, latter procedures or methods. Color, manufacturer, cost, owner. These are properties or attributes of your objects. And the things what you can do with the car: drive, lock, tow, carry passengers. These are the latter. These are procedures or methods you can call. Properties or attributes which describes the state of an object, that is the data. Methods or procedures defines its behavior. The color, that is the property of your car, so that describes the state of an object, guys. And the method or procedure, it defines the behavior of your object. For example, drive, lock, tow, carry passenger. These are the behavior of your objects, or you can call methods of your objects, because you can see movements there. Movements, you can drive, there is a movement. Action, lock it, there is a action, but we can't find any actions here: color, manufacturer, cost, owner. So these are properties and these are behavior or procedures or methods. The attributes and methods are equal and inseparable parts of an object. Attributes and methods are equal and inseparable part of an object. One cannot ignore one for the sake of the other. For example, a car has certain attributes: color, year, model, price, and can perform number of operations such as stop, go, turn left and right. Can you separate these, guys? Without these operations, can you have a car? These are the operations. So can you separate these attributes from these behaviors or operations? No, we can't. That is what attributes, these are the attributes, and methods, these are the methods, are equal and inseparable parts of an object. Now we will see what are objects actually. The term object was first formally utilized in similar language. So it is first utilized in similar language. And the objects typically existed in similar programs to simulate some aspects of reality. See, guys, what is simulation? Simulation, it is nothing but which gives you the real world effect. The virtual world which gives you the real world effect. For example, car game, car simulation or aeroplane. In car simulation game, you are not driving the car actually, but it gives you the real effect. So in that way, the object It is typically existed in simulations or similar programs to simulate some aspect of reality. For example, cars reality. So in that way, the object term it is used here. The term object means a combination of data and logic that represents some real world entity. See guys, the term object, which means combination of data and logic. What actually the object means? It is a combination of data and logic which represents some real world entity. For example, consider a car automobile. Any one car automobile. The Benz car can be represented in a computer program as an object. Benz car, it is a real world entity, so it can be represented in a computer program as object. I can call that as a object. The data part of the object would be car name, color, number, door, price, and so forth. Now, what is logic part? Data parts. These are the data parts. Logic part of the object could be a collection of programs. So these are the logic parts. Logic part may be, for example, steering, braking systems, closing the door, opening. These are the behaviors, nothing but the logic parts these all are. That is what guys. The term object, which means combination of data and logic which represent the real world entity. So these are the data and this is the behavior, the logic part you can call. In an object oriented system, everything is an object. For example, a spreadsheet in your computer, the application spreadsheet, a cell in a spreadsheet, that is also an object. Spreadsheet itself is an object. Bar chart object, title in a bar chart, a report, a number, a telephone number, file, folder, printer, words, and everything it is object guys. Even a single character are all are example of an object. So each of us deals with objects daily. Now this is all about objects. Objects grouped in classes. Classes are used to distinguish one type of object from another. In the context of object-oriented system, in our object-oriented system, what are actually class is? It is a class is a set of objects. It is a set of objects or collection of objects that share common structure and a common behavior. Class is a collection of objects which share common structure and a common behavior. For example, consider employee class. In employee class, I can have employees, employee A, employee B, and C. So class is a collection of objects. Employee, it is a class. Class is a collection of objects or set of objects. Here we have A, B, C. These are the objects who are nothing but employees that share a common structure. A employee, he can have his ID, his address, mobile number. In the same way, B employee, he can have C employee. That is what guys, class is a collection of objects which share common structure and common behavior, and those A, B, C employees, they can work for the particular company and they need to perform the task related to their work. So in this how we can define the class with an example. The class car here, it defines the property color. Here one more example we have the class car, for it defines the property color. Each individual car will have a value for this property such as maroon, yellow, white. See guys, if we take a class car as an object, so this car, it can have the property color, and each and every property of an object will be having its value. For example, here the colors color value, it can be maroon, yellow, white. Okay, If we have a class, that object that can have its own property and that property can have its value. Here for the class for the class car we have the property color, and this color property it can have the value maroon, yellow, white. In an object oriented system, a method or behavior of an object is defined by its class. So guys, in our object oriented system, a method or behavior of an object is defined by its class. For example, here car can move, car can stop. So these are the actions nothing but method or behavior, and these are defined by its class. Attributes, object state and properties. Properties represent the state of an object. So guys, property which represent the state of an object, the object state. Example, the property of a car. If you consider a car, the property of car can be its color, manufacturer, cost. These are abstract descriptions. You can see here the attributes of a car are this is the car object, and we have attributes or properties, cost, color, make and model. These are the properties or attributes of your car object, and these properties which represent the state of your objects. Now this is the class for the day guys. Have a nice day.